work, I'm going to try to speak the entire time in a sort of calm, soothing voice and see how that goes. I don't know how long this stream is going to run. I made the poor decision about an hour ago to start a Windows update. I didn't think it would take as long as it's taking because I'm an idiot. So we'll have to see, I guess. What is this news? Oh, cool. If I click on that, I guess, there we go. What version of Tilet am I using? I'm using 1.43. I'm using the latest. Awesome. Right. So it's totally possible that I'm gonna get halfway through this stream and my computer is gonna suddenly restart. Hopefully that does not happen. Anyways, happy Friday, everyone. Quick recap. We are making a Game Boy game. The Game Boy game is a ball paddle game like Arkanoid or Breakout. I've started adding enemies to it. I'm putting that in quotes. Or obstacles, just moving things that move around that the ball can collide with, and that'll throw you off a little bit. And right now, I'll show you actually. Right now, okay, actually right now I take it back. Not right now. I forgot. Yesterday. Before the stream yesterday, the situation was we just hard-coded in a bunch of different enemies. And yesterday I added support to the file format for the levels to indicate where you wanted the obstacles to appear. Today I'm going to add support for the level editor. I use Tilet. Move my little guy. Tilet is a free open source tile map editor. Is what I use to build these levels. I'm going to add support to Tilet to let me draw in where I want the obstacles to appear. So how we're going to do that is we're going to create an object layer. Wow, look at how goofy and large that point is. So we're going to use this object layer, and we're going to just add a point. Oh dear, okay. I was afraid of that. I wonder, can I set up my object layer in such a way that it doesn't look like it? Perhaps instead of an object layer, I should actually use a separate tile layer. That might be the right way to do it. I'm going to call this... Oh no, never mind. I'm going to use the object layer. I take it back. I'm sorry. Let's use the object layer. And I'm just going to draw, a point right over there. And that is going to be the enemy. So that's all I really need for now. Oh, actually that's not true. I need I want to add some custom properties. The property name is going to be X velocity. And we're to set it to 1. We're going to add a property. It's going to be y velocity. And we're going to set it to 1. Oh dear. Pardon me. I'm not sick or anything like that. I just swallowed the wrong way. And I'm talking in a deep, raspy voice. For no good reason. I don't know. I like streamers who talk in soothing voices, even if they're not explicitly trying to go for ASMR or whatever. My sleep would be so much worse, or maybe better, if it weren't for Crontendo, which I listen to all the time when going to sleep, just because I find something very soothing about Dr. Sporkle's voice. Anyways, so we've got our point. Our point has a position. It's got x velocity, y velocity. So the next thing that we need to do is go over in here, look over at, this is the script which I use to convert levels from, excuse me, oh, go away, to convert levels from TileEd into a format which can be used by the game. This is actually interesting. I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to pull this out so that way we don't open the file until we're done. Doing this column selection mode. Let's do this properly. So there, we don't open the file until we're done. This is going to be one improvement I'm going to do. Actually, for the sake of keeping my commits very small and focused, which I do like to do, even though, of course, it's not a command, which I do like to do, even if I'm not always still looking about it. We're going to commit that. We're going to say open file once ready to write. Then we're going to make the next change. The next change is going to say I probably need to open the API documentation, huh? Of course, there is no API reference, so you just need to go read the source code. Layer count, tile layer count. Is there an object layer count? I wonder if object layers are group layers, perhaps? Oh, I slipped. I stopped. No, we have group layers here. Object. It's not clear to me how objects are done in this API, unfortunately. And it's not documented very well, so oh well. Let me see. There might be some trial and error here because unfortunately this API is not well documented. So if I'm reading this correctly, anyways, what I might need to do is do something like, well, that just gets the object IDs. Object group, map object. Object group. Yeah, it doesn't seem to give me an obvious way to get access to the objects, huh? I don't know if they're like implicitly put in a layer of some kind. I don't really know. Does it say anything about this here? It sure doesn't. Oh, I broke character a little bit. So it looks like, what does it look like? Not exactly sure. I'm still not exactly sure. This is very frustrating. All right. I'm going to be right back, and then we're going to figure this out. With lack of any good documentation, a lack of any good documentation and a lack of it's got to be an object group. Let's try this out. Object less than 2. We're just going to have 2 object groups. And Nellie, come here. Come here, sweet Nellie. Hello. Would you like to be pet for the internet? Oh, there we go. What a good cat. What a good cat. Yeah. Hi, Nellie. You're so good. You're such a good kitty. All right. Actually, what I'll do is if I get really, I might actually move this out into a separate function and then do the same here, but no matter. So let's look for object groups. How do we get our object groups? cls.mapObject. Right. That goes from object to object group. And then object group is how you get objects. Oh, an object group is, yes, I believe that is the name for an object layer. So I want to say tile layer cat. That exists, right? Tile layer. Yeah. Tile layer at. Is there a way to get object group at? Possibly. Okay. I see. Okay. So I can't. Yeah, this iterates through the layers and then converts them. So I can't be doing, restart. This is Windows telling me I need to restart, but it will let me do it later. So I will do it later after the stream. So I can't be doing this anymore because this assumes that layer 0 is a tile layer. Nellie. Oh, Nellie. Got it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get the regular layer count, which I believe exists. And then we're going to use, I believe, is tile layer. if tile map dot is tile layer at I, then we're going to say row tiles equals, and yeah, I'm going to do it. Class method def. All I need is the layer, right? Equals. I'm a little surprised that that worked. Or I guess that's just how it works. Gosh, that's confusing. Tile layer at, and we're going to say class.get row tiles. I think that should be okay. And then I'm just going to grab all of this. And we are just going to return I'm a little surprised that this works. Did I screw something up? We're resetting row tiles. I'm a little surprised that this works. This looks wrong to me. Get log-p. Double check that this is correct. I mean, it works, is the thing. It just doesn't seem like it should. Because we write row tiles at the end. Oh, I see. We write row tiles at after every row. Never mind. Nelly, what's the matter? Oh, what a good kitty. Top-notch kitty. I see. I broke something in my last diff. Yeah. I'm trying to maintain the calm, cool, collected voice, but it gets harder when I'm responding to the cat. There's something about being shrilly screamed at that makes you want to be shrill and kind. I don't think is a good call, but here I am. Oh, baby. What a cat. What a cat. Yeah, so we can't just say, oh, I'm going to get the row tiles. Actually, we want to say, yield the row tiles. I think that should work. There we are. Let me just patch up that last diff and hopefully it'll work. still a little more than I'd like to do for this one dish, but I'm going to keep it. Right, and so next, I bet is tile layer at has to be given like this actually. So I'll need to fix that as well. No. Bye, Nelly. Farewell. I will miss you. Right. So we assert that this is an object group. File name. And I suppose what I'll do is by convention. Remind me. I don't remember how f strings work in Python, but I know that they're the new way to do proper formatting. That's right. Something like .obj for object file. I don't really know, but that'll do. And I want to pull up this where we see the actual format of it, and it's we just write all the x's, then all the y's, then all the x's, then all the y's. Easy. I suppose well, sorry, as file the law that's easy, that's straightforward. And now we just need to figure those out based on the objects in the object group. So here are the object group. Well, we're going to say we're going to get the object group. I'm going to factor all of this out into a different class method, but for now, I'm going to just write it in line. So I guess we just iterate over the object count. So first, I'm going to assert object group dot object count is less than 9. Is less than or equal to 8, I should say. Because that's the maximum number of objects that we support. Pardon. 7-Eleven coffee is garbage, but I still love it. I think, you know, there's a saying that pizza is like sex, like even when it's bad, it's still good, which is not true of either of those two things. But I weirdly think that it's true of coffee, even though most people would disagree quite a bit. People hate very bad coffee, but I don't. I love bad coffee. I love good coffee too, but I love bad coffee. And I hate bad pizza. So, anyways. Goes for J in range object group dot count. We're going to get the object CLS object group dot object at I shouldn't call this object because that's an important thing in Python. I mean, it wouldn't do any harm actually, but I think if I was bothering to lint this or something, I'd get yelled at. So, you know, if I worked at a company and other people were looking at my code, they might think that I'm being not good. Okay, what am I going to do? Okay, sorry, I just had a minor existential crisis. I said, what am I going to do? And started thinking about my own questioning of this what am I going to do sort of thing. And yeah, just really went down a rabbit hole. So we've got our object, CLS map object. There we are. Yeah, and I guess I'm going to need to initialize all these things. This is y's x velocities, y velocities equals and instead of yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm going to pre-initialize these arrays and just with the default off-screen values. And then as I actually encounter new objects, I'm going to fill them in. And 200 is just a good pixel value for off screen. It's literally just like not on screen. So it should be pretty straightforward. All I do is I say x is j equals obj.x, and actually this isn't going to be quite accurate just yet because we don't start drawing the level in the very top left corner of the screen. So I need to adjust to account for that, but that's not a problem. And then properties, there's how do I get the properties, the custom properties? I guess I just do well, yeah, I don't even need to do that. I can just do x velocities at j equals obj dot property as string. We're gonna put in, this is x velocity, and I'm just gonna convert it. And y velocity. There we go, easy peasy. So that should do the trick. And then all I'm gonna do here is not to write these as bytes. We're going to have a list of integers. I'm going to place them, I'm going to convert that into a bytes object and write that out. And that should do the trick. Oh, geez. Okay. And then let me try to figure out what this translation is going to be. So draw screen, or draw stage. Where do I do that? Here we go. So we start at 9842. is, that implies an offset of 16. So if something in the map is 0, 0, we want it to be at 16, 16. But there is a catch, and the catch is that y offsets are shifted up by 16. So this is already at 16. So we actually want this to be at 32. So plus 32 for y, and for x, it's minus 8. So this is at 8. So that's going to be at 24. A little confusing, but I think that's correct. Man, not bad coffee, so good. And now just to make this a little bit easier to grasp, I'm going to call this, sorry, not layer, object group. That'll make it easier, so I can just copy and paste. That's a typo that I should fix. I'm just going to say x's, y's, x velocities, y velocities equals class get objects, and then the object group is just that. There we go. I think this is correct. Obviously, that may be wrong, but I think it's correct. There's only one good way to find out whether it's correct or not, I suppose. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to reveal in File Explorer, and I'm going to take this, and I believe my tiled scripts directory is here, so I'm going to paste it over. Save, and I'm going to try to export it. Uncaught exception script. So we've got some bugs. Not surprising. Invalid literal for int with base 16. So one of these objects was one of these objects was missing. The x velocity property, which is very interesting because I don't see how that's possible. I wonder if I print, will it show up in here? File. See. Bust free. So this is the one that I'm going to be trying to debug with. So let's find out if printing causes things to show up in the console, because that would help a lot. Presumably that's going to be 1 because we've got one object layer. We did manage to successfully get this far, so I'm a little, I mean, I don't know what could be going wrong here exactly. Oh geez, no, we'll delete that. Like if I go look at this object layer, well, I suppose this does say object ID equals 4, which is a little suspect. Or wait, no, that's the object layer. Oh, this is the layer. How do I get the object? That's the problem. This was actually my fault, but I would assume that I can add properties to an object. I don't see a good way to objects. Here we go. There we go. There you are. Yeah, I want to add the properties here. This wasn't a problem in the script, maybe. This seems like there's more a problem with me. Well, I should say with the map. So I've saved it. I'm going to hit export, uncaught exception again. The file name is not defined. That's even more strange. But that should be an easy fix. That's file name. I just screwed up the capitalization. Make sure I apply that capitalization here. Did anything get printed? Nothing got printed. So I guess all that printing doesn't really work. Annoying. Let's clear that out then. Can actually do that much printing, huh? That should do it. Cool. File, export, uncaught exception in script. Float object cannot be interpreted as an integer. Ah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. Let's convert these types. And do that over here as well. There might be a better workflow for working on the script besides editing it inside the repo and then copying it over or whatever, like a symlink or something. But one of the fun things about doing sort of independent game development, and also about game development in general, is that there are more opportunities to hack things together when they're not interesting, because long-term maintainability is less of a priority. That appeared to work. We now have level1.level.obj, which is good, maybe. I'm gonna, do I have the LL alias? I do, excellent. 32 bytes, that's what I expect. So let me go over into stage.asm. Let me in level 0 dot level dot obj. Get rid of that include or constant now. It builds, so that's a good sign. And if I go and I reload the ROM and hit run, that looked as though it appeared in roughly the right place. Certainly its velocity is what I was expecting. I just want to make sure it appears in roughly the right place. It definitely looks as though it does. Obviously, we're going to want to change the behavior so that it doesn't just do what it's doing there. Slide right down across the screen and wrapping around. We're going to want something a little more sophisticated. But we got done what I wanted to get done today, which was letting us place them from TileEd and updating the script to let us place them from TileEd. So that's going to be it for today. As always, thank you very kindly for watching. I'll worry about doing the Git later. As always, thank you very kindly for watching. These videos are up on YouTube, the recordings of my streams. The link is down in my About section. I hope you have an excellent weekend. On Monday, we're probably going to do what I was describing. We're going to work on making the obstacles, I don't know, bounce off the sides or something like that. So that way, I'm not sure if I want them to bounce off the bricks too. I guess I probably do, but that'll be a pain a little bit. No matter. That's what we're going to do on Monday. For now, I hope you have an awesome weekend. I will see you on Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be great. Thank you very much. Bye.